Hello and welcome back to Mawazo, where we trash taboos, claim our sexy, and own it. My name is Mombi Wanjiru, and today we want to tell you or answer the question that has been asked so many times. Why is Mawazo about sex? Why do you choose to talk about sex? Personally, it's because I love violence. I choose violence. Nancy.
Oh yeah, we thought that it's good to answer that and to see if there are. Personally, we talk about sex because we love sex. Sex is good, and we want to trash that taboo that you cannot talk sex openly. You know, growing up, you were told that you cannot talk about sex in an open. And I wonder, it's so simple for me to call a friend on phone and walk around talking, maybe telling her about my health or something, my marriage, my relationship and all that. But I cannot be able to talk about sex openly. So that's what we intended to trash. We also wanted to encourage people about sex, to do sex. If you want to, you can do sex any day, anytime, with anyone you want, without judgment.
Yeah, so you as Nancy, when we sat down and decided we were going to do Mawazo, because it didn't just happen.
Sure.
We sat down and we talked about it and we decided we are going to talk about sex. You as Nancy, as a person, why did you decide, you know what, I want to talk about sex? Apart from because you love sex, you have told us countless times that you love sex. So why is it as Nancy, why did you choose that topic and decide, you know what, this is what you're going to address?
Because for far so long, I've seen people, there's so many misconceptions about sex.
Yeah.
And yes, I will repeat again, because sex is good. Sex is good. Yeah.
So it's because you love sex?
Sex is good.
Sex is good.
Yes. Number one,
you love
sex
sex?
Is good, sex is good, sex is good.
Number 1, 2, 3. So, why is it that you feel, you know, sex is good, fine. You could talk about it with your friends. Why go on a public platform and talk about sex? So publicly.
Publicly, we need to.
Aren't you ashamed?
No. There is no shame in sex. By the way, there is no shame. Let no one ever shame you for having sex. No matter how many times you have. Even if you have 5 times a week with 5 people, never be ashamed of it.
Yeah.
That's you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So we need to get this off, to get out of that cocoon. That's why we did Mawazo. We need people also to understand that sex is not bad, as we grew up knowing, and that you can only talk sex in the bedroom, closed doors, behind closed doors. So tell us.
Personally, like I said, because I always choose violence. I always go the road less traveled. But on a serious note, personally, I have talked about sex for so long, only that it wasn't so public. Okay, I've talked about it publicly, but not like on the internet, on such
platform,
such a huge platform. It's something that I have talked for in so many places, in like seminars and all that. And it's because, for me, okay, of course I love sex, but I feel like we've been raised in a culture that really shames us for our choices.
Sure.
I feel and believe and know for sure sex is a very personal thing. Sex is a very, very personal thing. For me to wait for someone else to come and tell me about my body, I do not need my teachers, my parents, my church, my, whatever religion to tell me how and why I should have sex.
Sure.
We have been brought up being told how to live our life. You live your life because that is how you were raised by your parents, by your society, by your religion and whatever. That is how you live your life. There is so little room for you to be able to make personal decisions without your mind being affected, or those choices and decisions being affected by what will society say, what will my friends say, what will my religion say about this.
Yeah.
And one thing we do here is we do not discuss sex in terms of our backgrounds, in terms of our gender, in terms of religion. So we are not basing it on anything but experience, research,
science,
and knowledge. That's where the research and all that goes. Because we do not just come here and sit and start chatting as friends. Yes, we are friends, and we talk about this off camera. But it is very important for you to understand that I am not here as a Muslim, as a Hindu, as a Christian, or whatever religion. I am not here as
subscribed to.
I'm not coming in from a certain culture. I'm not approaching it from my culture, because my culture is slightly different from yours.
Sure.
There are so many cultures in this world, so many, and I feel like we are all affected, just not as Kenyans or the way we were raised. We all raised very differently. Where you come from, how you're brought up is totally different.
How we believe about sex is quite different.
Me, I'm a Bontao. Her, she's a farm girl. But we find that our desire for sex is quite
different.
It's different,
My
but
beliefs
similar.
about sex also different.
Yeah, it's different but similar in certain ways. Because ultimately, I want to enjoy. I don't want to be shamed or slut shamed because my body count is 50 and you met this guy, you fell in love, you went to church or wherever.
Body count expires. After 3 years, you
start from zero.
Upia.
But yeah, so we do. I started talking about sex a long time ago, and in the beginning,
It's been an interest.
yeah, it's always been an interest because I was very naive. Absolutely naive. During my first sexual encounter, I was so green. I did not know when it ended or started. I did not know what was going where, how,
Majority
when.
we were there.
I did not know my body could do certain things or react to certain stimuli in certain ways. So I made it my sort of life project to explore, to find out, because most of the time, like I said, we've been brought up in a culture of shame, that sex is shameful.
Yeah.
Sex is a taboo topic. You don't talk about it with your mother, with your aunties, with your uncles, with your friends, and
maybe friends.
Friends too, but it also depends on what kinds of friends. There are certain friends you're able to talk very openly about, but I think everyone who knows me, all my friends or even acquaintances, you always know that I always talk about sex. I am always talking about sex.
Somebody asked me, now that you guys talk about sex, does that mean you do sex every day, anywhere, anyhow, And I was like, okay.
Yeah, I have sex every day. Well, must be nice. Yeah. So anyway, us talking about sex, that's another misconception, that when a woman talks about sex, she's promiscuous. No, it's not because we are promiscuous. It's not because we want to entice people into having sex with us. No, because we are not here to seduce anyone. It's just
a career.
We want you to understand your bodies and be very open-minded to exploring things that you never thought, some you never even knew existed. We also want to trash the taboo, this taboo that sex is a taboo, that all these myths that we grew up knowing, that you cannot initiate if you're a submissive or a female, you cannot initiate for sex, that sex is for men, that sex is for procreation. So what if, say, I always ask people, okay, if sex is for procreation, you want 3 children in your marriage or relationship.
I should have it thrice.
So you have God forbid. So you have sex to procreate. So you only have sex when you want a child. Fine, you have had your 3 children. That's it. Are you never going to have sex again? Are you never ever going to have sex again? How boring is your life? How boring is your life?
Sex is a gift God gave us. Utilize it.
Yeah, so you need to open your mind. First of all, I'm not ashamed to talk about it. Whether I'm in a church, I'm a tattoo, wherever, I'm not ashamed. If sometimes I meet people and they're like, "Oh, can you answer me?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Okay, let me answer you."
Even I don't call.
And I don't whisper. Funny enough, I don't whisper. I have people really, really telling me, "Oh, hide my identity." Or don't say, of course here I won't come and say, "Oh, Nancy told me to ask." No. Or Nancy asked me this and that. Or Nancy told me she doesn't orgasm. How can she attain orgasm? Okay, Nancy didn't tell me, but it's just an example. So we are not here to shame anyone. Neither are we ashamed to say what we think.
Yeah.
These are just our thoughts. We stand to be corrected sometimes.
There's no right or wrong.
There's no right, yeah, there's no right or wrong way. This is just us sharing our thoughts and our knowledge, our experience, some of those things we've never done. It's just that, oh, we read in books or we watched videos or taught. I literally have paid to go sit down with people who are not more knowledgeable than I am, more who, yeah, for me to actually understand sex, sexuality and all that. There are no gender roles when it comes to sex. We don't say, okay, you as a man, this is what you should be doing.
Me down,
you should be on top. Me as a woman, I should always lay down, close my eyes, turn my side. Once you're done, cover me, and that's it. No, there are no gender roles assigned to sex and sexuality. You can be a man, very masculine,
but you're right
to
be.
But you switch those roles in your bedroom. When you go to, not just in the bedroom, because we say sex is not just in the bedroom.
But when you say bedroom, you know what?
Yeah, when you say bedroom, we mean in your sex life. You could reverse or change those roles so that your woman is more dominant. We have women who are alpha females.
Yes.
Who know what they want. They know what they want to do to you, and they will not let you do whatever it is that you think you're going to do to them.
Similarly, there are also men who like things.
Yeah, there are also men who like to be submissive, and that is fine. That is very, very good.
Doesn't mean that they are not men.
So they are not gender roles. There are not gender roles assigned to sex and sexuality. Whatever you feel is good for you, and that's why we keep insisting communicate. Know your partner, know yourself before your partner knows you, so that you know exactly what you want, how you want it, when you want it.
As long as you both agree with your partner.
As long as you it's consensual, you should be able to enjoy your sex life. So Mawazo, and why Mawazo is about sex is because we want to shame that shame and shame the culture that has taught us that sex is shameful, sex is bad manners. Bad manners is
bad manners,
theft, and all those other vices. Sex is not bad manners. If it was bad manners, we'd not all be doing it. And why are you so afraid of talking about something that everyone, the president, does it?
Everyone does it.
Your mother and father did this. That's why you exist. Your bishop, your pastor, your whatever leader or people you hold in such high esteem, they are doing it. Our parents did it. That's why we are here. We've done it. Some of us just for enjoyment, and we need to be a culture of supporting positive sexual norms. We need to raise a culture and raise a generation. Because in our generation now we talk about it amongst our friends. Because there are people I sit down with and we talk a lot about it. We talk a lot about it. We talk a lot about sex and what we like with our friends. But then I ask a friend, oh, would you like to come to Mawazo and share that knowledge? Because sometimes someone will tell me something and I really like how they are saying it. And I ask them, would you like to come? And they're like, no, I can't talk in public. I can't. So
it's a bold step because there are people throwing stone at us.
Yeah, it's okay. I feel like everyone is entitled to their opinion, but I don't think anyone can slut shame me for talking about sex. I feel like, okay, they can.
When do people call somebody a slut? Because you enjoy sex? You know, people call people slut because they enjoy sex.
If you don't enjoy
they
it, it's too bad
sex.
for you.
The fact that I'm doing sex, it means I'm enjoying. So somebody calling me a slut because I'm doing sex, maybe.
But why does it matter what other people's opinion is?
So that's why encouraging positivity.
And in this day of social media, there's also not just slut shaming, but also body shaming and all that. And this one, this is your man or this is your woman. They don't suit you. How do you know they don't suit me? If they are too tall for me, don't worry. In bed we are safe. If they're too short, don't worry. How we do it, and people always asking, oh, how do you have sex? How does he make you feel? That is none of your business. I'm the only one who knows why I'm with the person and how they make me feel. But basically, yes, Mawazo is about sex, and the reason we talk about sex is because we just want to kill that notion and the myth and everything we've been told. And here we're just unlearning every wrong things we were told, that we should not do this because we are women, or we should not do this because you're a man, or we should not, someone asked me, a certain guy asked me on social media, is it okay for a man to moan?
Of course it is.
And I found that to be very weird.
It's not okay.
First of all, if it's a personal thing that you feel as a man I should not mourn,
Don't do it.
don't stereotype everyone
Yes,
and say,
yes.
oh, men should be like this or a woman should be like this. No.
What you like,
Whatever
do it.
is your personal preference and liking, that is your business.
That is your business.
Like I said, sex is such a personal topic for anyone to come and tell you what to do, where to do it, when to do it. Sex is so personal, and we should really unlearn everything that we've been taught to think negatively about sex, and come to an understanding of our bodies and ourselves and our persons as a whole, for us to be able to enjoy life as a whole. Life is so many things. Life is your job, life is your home, life is your family, life is your relationships with your friends, your colleagues, and also your sex life.
You see, you're talking about that guy who asked you, and you reminded me, there's this commonly asked question, and mostly it's asked by believers, at whether it's okay whether oral sex is okay.
According
I get
to
that
whom?
question like anywhere.
First of
I have
all,
to get that question.
I never answer such questions.
Sure.
Because I will answer, but I will not answer in the affirmative.
No, yes.
I will not deny or confirm. Because first of all, are you asking for my opinion? For me, anything goes. Anything. Anything goes. If I have tried it and I liked it, I will definitely do it. So, I do not know whether oral sex is good or bad according to you. That is up to you to decide.
If you like it,
you and your partner.
Yeah.
If your partner enjoys giving it to you and you actually enjoy receiving it, well and good. Do not ever let religion or culture or your family or whatever or your friends tell you, oh no, you have oral sex. That is disgusting. Disgusting. Well, I enjoy
it. It may be
it.
disgusting for me, but maybe you.
Yeah, you and your partner. That's why I say communicate with your partner.
For you and your partner.
Communicate with your partner. Always communicate. Key is communication. Communicate with your partner. Know what they like. Sometimes they come into that relationship from a previous relationship not liking certain things because in that relationship, that is what worked in that relationship.
Sure.
But you come and you're introduced to other things and you're like, wow, why didn't I even pay attention, or why didn't I even try this before? And they start liking certain things.
Sure.
Or there's something that you're so used to doing that your new partner no longer does not like or does not have any knowledge of, and you give it to them and they like it. Or sometimes they won't like it. Because first of all, we first want to keep a relationship. It's not just about sex. So if they don't like it, you can't force it on them.
Sure.
So whether oral sex is good or not, it's up to you. You decide. Yeah. Personally, I will tell you to go and do it, and then you will fall out with your partner, or you won't even enjoy it. That's your business. For me, I will say anything goes. If I try it once and it's good, then yeah, that's it. So yeah, I hope you have a slight understanding of why we talk about sex and why Mawazo is about sex. And we would hope that you guys would also write in and tell us what your thoughts on this are. Yeah. So, and no, we don't. I had someone ask me whether we do practical.
I find that several people want about practical.
I don't know what kind of practical. Can you be very specific?
Bring your partner, then we will do practicals.
No, can you be very specific about what practicals are? Because the same way you're being asked about oral sex, there's someone who asks me what is the best sex position. How would I know? Am I your partner? I'm not your partner, so I wouldn't know. Talk to your partner and know what is the best sex position for them and you. What works for you? For me, it could be helicopter. Do you even know what helicopter is? It could be wheelbarrow. It could be wheelbarrow. It could be, it could be weird things like 69. It could work for you. It could work for me. It doesn't work for you, or you don't even know. Whatever works between you and your partner, it is up to you and your partner to find what the best sex positions are for you. Nancy and I will not come and dictate for your relationship what will work. We might be doing crazy things. We might be setting each other on fire and running around the house naked, and then I tell you to do it, and you think I'm crazy. So yeah, that's why we talk about sex, because we want to unlearn so many wrong and negative things that we were taught about our sexuality, and that is why we are not ashamed to talk about it, because it's a learning process. It's a learning process. We are not pros per se. We don't know everything. But we are willing to learn, and that is why we are here, to learn from each other, to learn from you guys. And actually, before from the research that we have to do to come and discuss it here, I think it teaches us so much more. It teaches us so much more, opens our minds to so many different things that we never even knew existed. And all those questions you guys keep asking are the reason we do so much research, and are the reason we keep refreshing and updating our sex lives. So thank you so much for helping us enjoy our sex lives. We hope that you enjoy yours too.
Yes.
And yeah, until next time, if you have any other questions concerning why we do Mawazo as a sex channel, please write in and let us know.
So yeah, we hope that you learned something, no matter where you are in your sex life, either you are at 9, 10, 0, 1. I hope you learned something from us. And we encourage sex positivity. Also remember, consent is key. Don't just do sex. Your no should be no. Thank you. Until next time.